today. Feels like I fell 1,000 times. Nothing but doubt to flood my mind. 'Cause sometimes it's hard to remember why I ever started racing with my dreams. A restless December, feeling I was meant for more than I believed. I'll never surrender, rather try and fail and fall 1,000,000 times. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. I know as close as I am now, I will struggle, I will shout. There's no stopping, there's no doubt. I'm on my way. There's no stopping, there's no doubt. I'm on my way. I swear I meant to do this. I'm told that love would never lie. Where my head has met my heart and they are beautifully aligned. But sometimes it's hard to remember everything I've done that's brought me to this space. I started with embers, now a raging fire is burning in its place. I'll never surrender, rather try and fail and fall 1,000,000 times.
We're here.
Boom.
We're live. We're here. Sorry, everyone. We're a few minutes late tonight. I had a
Hey,
bit of a disagreement with my dinner, but I'm okay now. Green Pants, you're here. I'm so
I am.
excited.
I am. The word grateful doesn't even begin to cover the range of emotions that I go through.
It
each
is
and every time
fantastic to see
that
you. We
I
are.
get that.
It is
that call.
a joyous moment whenever you're here to join us.
It is for me. And it also just means I'm being given the opportunity to help people, and that's
Yes,
nothing. There's nothing I love more.
that's right. And that's the very exact reason why we're here. And again, welcome to OK Seriously, the show where we answer your questions. So yeah, we for those who aren't familiar, we get 5 questions from our wonderful viewers, and we are going to give you our advice. And our standard disclaimer that oh jeez, Super J thought we were out for the count. No, sorry Super J, we are here. Run a little bit behind. Our apologies for that. We didn't mean to skew your Tuesday night overly so.
Did she hop off? Like,
Well, I think at first she abandoned us, but then she gave like a last. It's the impression I guess she gave it like a last moment try, and then we were here, and she's like, "Oh, thank God you're here." So it's kind of like that.
no one has ever said, "Thank God, Green Pants is here."
Right.
Like, no, it's not. That has never happened.
Kind of that thing when you see what's that when the subway, you see the person across the way and you're trying to get to him and the train comes in the middle and you can't
Right.
get there and it's like a whole
Yeah, they're
Chanel
looking
number
at-
5 or
and-
something.
Or it's just like the bad guy is like across from him, and it's like neither of you can get to each other,
Right.
but you're just like staring each other down because it's like,
Right.
what are you gonna do? Like, you can't.
They replayed that trope in Black Panther. Remember that they had like he knocked him down to where the train thing was going, and they needed
Yeah.
to wait for the train to go, and then they
Right.
to the beginning train.
I mean, they did that in the Matrix a lot too.
Yeah, that was a thing. I gotta make one complaint since now I'm thinking about this. My problem with I loved the early Marvel movies, right? I thought they were fantastic. Being a big comic fan, it was great to see these finally being brought to life. So there's spam. Go away, spam. There's a trope that it's like always the hero fights like the thing that's like the hero. You know what I mean? Like
Uh,
Iron Man fought Obadiah Stane in the Ironmonger armor because he stole the design.
Oh,
So it's like him.
right,
Black Panther
right.
fought the guy that
Superman has
had
to
the
fight
suit.
Zod or whatever. Has to fight
Zod, which is
another
Superman kind of
Kryptonian.
person. Yes, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
has to be.
It's like
Well, they have to be equal. Like, if they're just too overpowered, then there's no. I mean,
I
because really,
guess.
like in Superman, who is he really going to fight other than aliens? Because on Earth, there's just no one
he just
really.
kicks everyone's ass, I guess.
Except for the kryptonite situation, which is
Right, and people proper
You know.
usage of kryptonite can make it a fair fight. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. That was my one complaint. It's like, did it have to be the guy that's like the hero but slightly different? Could have been anyone else.
Is it not like that in the comics?
It's not. I mean, there is that, but it's not. There's lots of other enemies. Like, I don't know.
Oh, and they're not
like
choosing the enemies that you would have.
Spider-Man's enemies, the Green Goblin. It's nothing like Spider-Man. You know what I mean? It's like
Right.
Sandman.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, that one I've never gotten.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Let's help people.
But this is not helping anybody.
This is not helping
okay?
anyone right now. It's only helping our geek.
Right now.
Let's help somebody.
not-
All right.
yeah.
So let's get to our first question. So here we go. What did I do? Where's our question? Here it is. Okay.
Throw it
So,
at me.
first question. I want to break up with my fiance and need a second opinion. We're both in our early 20s. I work a ton, make a solid living, but she does not work and doesn't want to make anything of her life. Every time she blames mental health and cannot move past that. I understand it's a disorder, but she has options to get help and will not. She's not exactly what I want in someone, but we've been together 5 years. I aspire to move forward in life. She has no goals, no ambition, no drive, no work ethic, and I'm starting to loathe coming home to see her. Is it okay for me to break up with her? Yeah. Okay. So, I'm gonna think about this one sec before. Let's see.
Phil, can you do me a favor and just take a quick look around? Is there a gun to your head? Because your message kind of sounds like there's like a tactical shotgun, like pointed right at your brainstem. Because if there's not, then yes, the answer is yes, absolutely. You are okay. It's okay. What are you?
What are you
You've
even
actually been practicing self-harm for 5 years.
Pretty much.
Is what's been happening. Okay, you owe it to yourself to do this.
And if you're in your early 20s, you've been dating this girl since you were in high school, you dumbass.
Like, I mean, again, no one can force you to be with anyone, much less marry them. I mean,
No.
and going through your list of qualities, I didn't see anything positive. The fact that you're loathing her,
That's a sign.
really, really big
Right.
red flag.
Because
That
I
maybe,
gotta tell you, Phil, and this is Phil from I didn't say this town, Batcave, North Carolina, which I did not know was a
Batcave,
place.
nice.
So there you go. Well
Yes.
done, Phil. Well done. Yeah. So Phil, if you think it's bad now, when you get married, it's gonna be worse.
so much worse.
It's I can't even tell you. It's like, get out of the situation. Evac, pull the chute, but
Yeah.
don't ejection. It's like, I don't know how to convey to get out of this relationship, right?
Just wherever you walk, if you just walk out the door and just keep walking.
Just right.
Just
Maybe carry
Never
whatever
look
you can
back.
carry, a few personal items.
Yeah.
I mean, toiletry, a razor, I don't know, whatever you need to
Grab
carry.
get
it,
a stick, grab a
leave the
kerchief,
house.
wrap all your shit in the kerchief, put it at the end of the stick,
Yeah.
and then hop on a freight train
Yeah.
and go across the country.
Would you say the
That's
same?
going to be your better life.
Would you say the same if the sex was amazing and they were having it all the time?
Yes, that would
Okay,
be.
hey, you thought about it. That's all.
No, I did. I thought
Okay.
about what you were asking. I was trying to figure
Oh,
out
I
what you
see.
were asking. It was like it's because it's like, well, you would loathe her, but the sex is great.
That's
I mean,
true.
that isn't.
I mean, that is a weird
Yeah, I
kink,
just-
but not necessarily a
Yeah,
basis for
like
a relationship.
I mean, it sounds like that would be a
Non-factor.
if she's bringing down your entire life,
Right.
you know,
Except the
just-
sex.
yeah, you can, you might take a little hit to the sex life there, Phil, but
Worth it.
you've escaped the bear trap that you're currently
The
have your balls trapped in.
loathing, per your words.
Strong language.
What I know. You kind of answered your own question, dude. There was
Kinda
nothing
did.
wrong. Get out of this relationship. Break it off with her. Say, look, I'm looking for something else in life. That has Phil gonna break up. So, okay, so you be Phil, I'll be this woman. Okay? So I'm home playing Xbox. You come in for a hard day of work.
Oh man, I've just been working a ton all day.
Oh yeah, what else? My day was rough too. I got really anxious about all this stuff and I couldn't deal, so I just
Oh
started
my god, I
gaming.
fucking hate you so much. I am breaking up with you. Get the fuck out of my house. Wait, is this your house? I'm leaving.
Okay, see, done. Phil, that's it. That's all you
Done.
have to do. It's
Yeah.
it's not that bad. And don't feel guilty. She is responsible for her own self. You are not responsible for anyone's happiness except your own. You're too young to be in this miserable situation. Get the fuck out.
Yeah.
So there we go.
Yeah, I don't even feel, yeah, that was easy.
Softball,
Thanks, Phil. That was, I
man.
mean, yeah, not even a ball. I don't know what that was. That was
Soft
just,
pitching.
you just hit us with bubbles.
Yeah, something. All right, our next one comes from what do we got? Sabrina from Aladdin, Wyoming. Sabrina asks, I'm a 23-year-old woman who has suffered from insomnia my entire life. As an adult, laying in bed for hours and hours has just become a way of life. I've seen doctors and they always say the same thing. Melatonin, improve your health night routine. I've taken melatonin at night and it makes me more tired during the day to the point of falling asleep at work. I've gone to the gym regularly for years and nothing has ever helped me. Any advice? Needs to get sleep. What's your advice?
Well, obviously, you've got a range of chemical solutions available, and they kind of cover the broad spectrum of legality. I guess to start with, where my preferences would be like, for the sleep, big healthy dose of ketamine. That's horse tranquilizer. You take that at night,
Jesus.
and then in the morning, Adderall and Provigil. Those are both drugs to like basically and caffeine pills. Over a certain amount of time, your endocrine and your nervous system will be completely destroyed. But during that time, you will sleep and you will function during the day. So,
that's all that matters, right?
yeah. I mean, if you one of the things you can take during the day, just pure China white cocaine, whole day long, and ketamine end of the day, boom. Taking yourself down.
I don't think
and
you
then
can,
right back up again.
I don't think you can use like the funds from your like health savings account to pay for that kind of stuff, though. You know what I mean? I don't think it counts as a medical expense.
Listen, I don't know how. It's not my job to provide materials. I just was giving the solution.
I see.
Okay.
I see.
Like,
I see.
I can't. If it's outside the budget range, you know what? Then
I was gonna recommend meditation and me.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I just throwing darts. It's like I don't know.
With like how much ketamine though? Like
right.
With like a little bit of ketamine or like a lot of ketamine.
I was gonna go with none. I was gonna go with try to fix this en natural. I know, but I know we right. I know. Yeah. I know we differ in this approach.
Oh no. I mean, you could take the ketamine and go on a hike, see how far you get before you collapse.
Boom.
Yeah. Or some people just take Ambien. What you don't want to do is do what Michael Jackson did. Didn't his doctor give him propofol? Which is basically like general anesthetic, and it actually doesn't allow you to even get to the right REM sleep.
Right, you're not even really getting sleep, and eventually.
So it's like you're
zoned out until his heart stopped, and it's like.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So I know you got to talking to these sleep doctors telling you to improve your night routine. I mean, that's the only thing I was going to tell you, right? It's like no screens before bed, and clear your mind of thoughts, and meditate, and there's techniques you can use to try to fall asleep. I don't mean to brag, Sabrina, but I've been trying to decrease because now I got my little monitoring watch thing that tells me when I'm falling asleep and the quality of sleep. I've been trying to decrease the time between when I get in bed and when I actually fall asleep.
Oh yeah.
So I've got it down to like it used to be a long time for me. It used to be 35 to 40 minutes, and now I've got it down.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, now I've got it down like 15, which is like I'm really happy.
Oh,
about.
Mine's like 6.
Oh, is it? Nice.
6 or 7.
Nicely done.
Yeah.
Well done.
Right.
Yeah, now I'm about 15.
Again, ketamine. No, but honestly, what it actually does work for me is that I am moving all throughout the entire day, so I really try to avoid like sitting down or taking naps or doing anything, so that like I am constantly moving, doing what, and then so by the
The
end of the day,
night, done.
the first, so like I'm not sitting on the couch watching because there's really no time.
Yeah.
Because I have to do this stuff and help people.
Right.
I've got
You're-
I've got children that I'm in charge of, legally.
Right.
So
Social services, right?
yeah, they're always there. It's always a risk. Don't feed them for one day.
With the requirements.
Yeah, it's like you
Jesus.
just forget one day. Like, golly.
My goodness.
I was left the engine running, but
Right.
anyway.
Sabrina, have you tried Sax? Good bout of sex
Yeah,
can knock
sex
you
right before
out.
bed. Right.
Go for that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
If there's no one available,
Chemicals flowing.
perhaps purchase something
Little-
to
I don't know why I made that motion.
a little what? What is that? I'm sorry,
I don't know why. I don't know why I did
What
this.
is that?
I did. I don't even
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what made me do that.
Okay,
I was gonna propose the menage a moi, right? I mean, for
yeah, menage a moi.
yes. Self-love if a partner's not available.
Also, here's another thing that I will say: smoking a bowl before bedtime. That is something that works for some. Some it doesn't. Some if you're the kind of person that if you smoke, it makes you like not even nervous, but like where you start to get panicky.
Yeah.
Like it's like you have to be. Whereas like
Right.
we just
you have to be a
it's like,
chill smoker if you're an anxious smoker.
yeah,
that's not
or
gonna
just
work.
yeah, if it affects you that way, yeah. It's just more of how it because it also depends on the blend too. So like this is again like if you took a whole bunch of sativa, you probably would have that like because that type of strain is meant for energy. Or
What
just
strain would you
typically
recommend?
does that.
Just your basic weed.
Indica.
Okay. there you go.
If you, I mean, and now that it's legal in 26 states or something like that, yeah, it's yeah, you get the indica blend is for calm.
Indica. So that's actually a chemical method that I would stand by and recommend. I think a lot of people who smoke weed find a lot of benefits from it. So I think you.
But you don't even need to smoke it. I mean, you take a gummy
True,
before
take the
bed.
gummy right before bed.
It's literally it's a indica cannabis gummy that you take at night,
Nice.
and that is what it does. So there's no
Right, Sabrina, give it a
yeah.
try. Oh, it's not legal in Wyoming though, is it? She's in Wyoming.
One
One
is
of those
anything illegal in
anti-progressive
Wyoming?
states. I know.
Isn't it sort of? I always think of Wyoming as like a free for all. I mean,
Kinda it is. It kind of is.
like that's where the Cheneys are from. Like they build them evil out there. Like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? They give you room to,
Can you name a town? All right. Well, since we know Sabrina's from Aladdin, Wyoming. Besides Aladdin, Wyoming, and Cheyenne, Wyoming, can you name one more town in Wyoming?
Costa.
Pasta, Wyoming.
I have no idea.
It might be.
I don't know why I said that.
It's like I don't know why I did this.
I wanted to see if I could, because I'm trying to think on top of my head, but yeah, no, find weed. Okay, you're
Yeah.
close enough to Colorado.
Yeah.
Colorado, literally,
The Mecca.
you can smell it from Wyoming.
Right.
Just go. like,
Let's do this.
you're close. You're so close.
It's not close.
They're just-
It's not that close. It's really far.
Okay, you're close to a state.
Yeah.
I mean something.
Right. Try the gummies. Sabrina, seriously.
Yeah.
That might be the thing. If the meditation doesn't work for you, and there's techniques to do it for the meditation, I would recommend those as well. Let's try the gummies. Hopefully that zonks you out. And then live an active day. Active day, like Green Pants was saying, right? He's moving around all day. At the end of the night, he's just wiped. Puts his head down the pillow, falls asleep. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Work of art.
Just that and a lot of drugs. No, that's it.
Okay, there we
But
go.
Well, no.
Wait, try the weed.
And
Before you go to ketamine path.
Just saying you've got options.
There,
Yeah.
right.
Never go full propofol.
What was the name of that weed variant again that you recommended?
Indica
Indica. Okay, indica.
strain is like indica.
Indica
Yeah,
strain.
that's typically like if you ever if you're at a cannabis recreational facility or even medical, generally the color for indica is generally like the bottles would be like blue and purple, and if they're like orange and reddish, that's the sativa. They kind of like even color code them
There
that
you
way.
go.
That if you've got the brighter bottle, it's like take this in the daytime.
I didn't know we
take
were.
this in the
I didn't
nighttime.
know there was alignment on standards. I like it.
Yeah. No, I mean, I mean, I have an actual doctor, like literally a doctor, who,
Right.
literally wrote the book. So,
There you go. Excellent.
um,
So weed, sex. These are our top 2 suggestions. My third is meditation. Green Pants is third. Ketamine. So-
or, listen to one of those apps like Calm or Headspace.
Mm,
They have like they have like sleep stories or like self meditations or like guided meditations.
those are good.
Those are awesome. Or they have you reading. There's one that is it's ASMR, but it's like called the French Whisperer. And so I listened to one where it was the French Whisperer explains the general theory of relativity. And so he's a guy like this and talking about
Got it.
general. And you're like, what? It's so weird, but like
so soothing, right?
As he's whispering into you of like quantum
Yeah.
mechanics or whatever, and you're
Funny, like Mrs. Vanguard is a big fan of the documentary to help her fall asleep, so she will find like the latest one. It's on, I think it's on Amazon Prime. Well, Voyage of the
it can't be a really interesting documentary
No,
because
it's
I would
not.
be into
This one's
it.
like Voyage of
Okay.
the Continents, and it's basically like talking
Oh,
about tectonic
okay.
plate action, and they're basically just digging up rocks and comparing them.
Oh,
And I
okay.
kind of find it a modicum interesting, but I'm not the one that needs to fall asleep. But she's like right out, it's like
Yeah.
boom, Voyage of the Continents, and like look, it used to be like this, and the Mediterranean dried up, and then it came, and then she's just like, oh my god, she's out. So
that
it works really
were
well.
you using the word modicum? Is that the word
did
you
use
were
modicum, I
attempting
did.
to use?
I did.
Yeah, you said modicum.
Oh, did I? I'm sorry, I mispronounced.
Yeah, I was making sure I know. I want to make sure that was the.
That
was
is
the
what I
correct
meant
word.
to say. Yes.
Right.
But thank you for correcting me on that. I want to keep.
Yeah.
But yeah, so so we got.
Yeah,
some
I'm a
document-
pedant.
All right, what are we
You
saying? We got weed, sex, documentary, ketamine, relaxing app, calm app,
Sleep. Yeah, it's like a sleep story.
ASMR. I
Gu-
could try the ASMR. I could do. You just tap. You just do like this,
Yeah.
right? You do.
Guided meditation. You can find
tapping.
ASMR on YouTube.
I'm doing it right now.
What?
I'm doing it right now. I'm doing the ASMR. Is it working?
It's actually frightening me a little bit.
I'm rubbing the microphone.
Please stop what you're doing.
I never got that shit.
It was
and how
making me
it works.
fabulously uncomfortable. But yeah, well, it does work for some people. It gives them the tingles or whatever. It does,
I
you
don't
know.
I
but
tried it a
it's-
couple of times, and I
Yeah,
looked at it,
it's
I'm like,
not-
what is happening?
Yeah, but yeah, there's some people who have made a lot of money by becoming like ASMR.
If you're
like,
a hot
YouTubers and
woman,
stuff.
absolutely.
Yeah, ASMR darling
Huge.
out of Florida. She when she hit 1 million subscribers. I remember the party that we had.
You're part of the community. I was. on
The,
that.
no, that she. Sorry,
Okay.
she had at the. Do we have a third question?
We do. This was our third. We're going to the fourth. All right. So yeah, Sabrina, we've given you tons of options. Try them all. We love to hear which one works. And
No, this
good
is the
luck.
third.
Oh, you're right. That was the second question. You're absolutely right. Oh my
Yeah.
god, my bad. All right, there we go. Let's go to the third question. Good luck. Hope you get sleep is critical for good health. So hopefully you are able to find something to help you sleep. So here we go. Okay. Hi. I was sleeping with gum in my mouth and I woke up. The gum was still in my mouth, and I spit it out. But I feel like it's still stuck in my throat as well. I can breathe, talk, and eat normally, but I have an urge to hack up like a cat. I've tried and it does nothing. This weird feeling remains. Do I need to go to the hospital? Archie from Correct, Indiana.
Nope. Archie, you do not need to go to the hospital.
You do not. There's no fucking gum in your
That
mouth.
is no. Listen, no, it's a real thing. It's called a globus sensation. Globus sensation
It's in his head.
is. Yeah, it is. It is. But
Okay,
it's
good.
a feel. It's the feeling that you have a lump in your throat,
Oh, I see.
and that you're. But it can persist in some people where they're constantly like, because it feels like there's something there,
Right.
and there's nothing there. So, I think there are certain there's ways that you can like work it out. So I
Yeah.
would say for Archie, like the next time that you're given a blowjob,
Yes.
okay,
Giving or
really
getting?
really get into it. No, the next time you're giving a
Giving.
blowjob,
Okay.
make sure that you give it a little extra oomph. Like
Okay.
go a little deeper. Like
Okay.
even if you think you can't, I think you can.
They call this
And
the,
I think
the
that-
pipe cleaner method.
Yeah, if you I just doing that and getting that past the section in your throat where you're feeling the lump may trigger your brain to stop the sensation at all. So, just like a deep throat dicking, and you're good to go, maybe. So try it if you have a dick available.
if you are inclined to such.
if you're into that kind of thing, I don't know. Maybe you're not.
Yeah, Archie, it's
I don't know. Not everybody's into everything. I don't know.
Different strokes. Yeah, Archie, it's in your head. There's no gum, and you're right. And I think to Green Pants's point, I think there might be other ways too to sort of distract the feeling. You know, if you do something else down your throat, like maybe do a serious gargle with some mouthwash. Maybe if you hack up something, I don't know. It'll displace this belief that you still have the gum, because you don't have the gum. We're telling you there's no gum.
It's completely phantom.
There's no gum, right?
Yeah, there's no anything. Yeah,
there's a party cruelty actually that people would do. It's like most people are very susceptible that if you, to your point, if you do the you do the little clearing, people around you will start going, you know, they'll start feeling, oh yeah, I have something too, you know, because you heard
there's something I need to,
right. When you don't.
Oh, globus pharyngeus.
Globus pharyngeus. There we go.
Yep.
Nicely done.
But I think in general it's called the globus sensation. I think is how, like, a doctor would say, like, oh, that's the like, it's like the, you have something in your throat. Like, no, there's nothing there.
Yep. No. I would recommend maybe
something I could actually help with. Yeah.
I didn't know you were that familiar with the globus sensation.
No, I'm not familiar with having it, but I'm familiar with what it is.
Got it.
And I can only use common sense to hypothesize that perhaps deep throating a large dick could help rid you of that sensation.
Right, but so but you would be talking higher on the length than the girth, right?
Yes.
Right. So, right.
I don't know. Archie, whatever you got available, whatever you're into, I don't know. Or do Vanguard's thing.
Right.
Which was, what again? Gargle?
Gargle. I do recommend to gargle. And accepting the fact that there's no gum in your
After my thing, I would say gargle as well.
Yeah, you gotta distract yourself. Maybe this is like the hiccup thing, and maybe you need to distract yourself, right? Like with the hiccup cures. You need to distract your mind, not think about something in your throat. There's nothing in your throat.
Yeah.
And then you could go back to living a productive, happy life in Indiana.
Oh God, that's where Mike Pence was governor. Like,
yes.
Yikes!
I know.
Like Indiana is a state where Mike Pence can become governor. Like, fuck.
Yes.
I'm so sorry, Mary Beth.
Yes, yeah, people live there, and some people probably did not vote for Mike Pence. At least we hope so.
Yes, no, probably like 40% or whatnot, but
just enough is what it took. Just enough, right?
No.
All right, moving on to what's it, number 4? Yeah, number 4.
Yep.
So I'm having uncomfortable feelings. And I don't know what to do. I'm viewed now as a good guy and have a loving girlfriend and great friends. However, when I was 15, 16, I was a terrible person, and a lot of the stuff I did never came to the surface. I got away with it. Now I'm 38, and I had this feeling that I shouldn't have been allowed to become this person if everyone knew everything about my past. Any advice? Asks Dennis from Boston, Massachusetts. Dennis.
Okay. All right.
What do you got?
All right. So I would say, okay, let's get this out of the way. Okay, so in your terribleness years, when you're 15 or 16, did you murder anybody? Or is there someone with a small locket that is a half a person and they're buried in a shallow grave and only you know where it is? Because basically, I just need to get a handle on how many cold cases are attached to you.
Right. How many permanent harm you engage
right.
in.
Like, well, I'm trying to suss out the situation. Like, because like, do you have international human rights sanctions against you? Have you violated any international treaties? Are you on an Interpol list? Has a bench warrant been issued for you in New Mexico?
Have you attempted to overthrow the United States government? Not too far-fetched a question.
If the answer, if the answer is no, then I think, it might be time to, maybe start forgiving yourself. And
yes.
If there are truly things out there that if you were terrible, that you feel regretful for, make amends. Find those people, talk to them. If you know, track them down. That's the only thing that will make you feel better if that's what you want.
Sure.
But you don't need to do any of that.
No, because you were 15. Also.
Yeah, you were a child.
Say. Right.
Yes. Again, we went back to the child thing.
Yes.
Lots of people doing things as children and
blaming themselves as kids.
Yeah.
It's like you're
yes.
You understand your brain's not fully formed until you're like 23, right?
Right.
So you don't even have a fully functional mind until you're 23.
There's
so
very little to gain.
Slack.
Yeah, there's very little to gain by being really, really like feeling really, really guilty about every single sack of flaming shit that you stomped on every single doorstep.
Yes.
You know, if that was the kind of thing that you were up to. No.
And Dennis, the thing you're missing is also that your current you is the sum of your existence, right? And the sum of your experiences. So if you weren't this way when you were younger, you wouldn't be who you are today. And you needed to do and go through every exact thing that you did to get to exactly where you are right now.
Right.
So it's
but
okay.
And that's what. But again, there's a caveat to that being like assuming that you did not dismember somebody Dexter style. Okay, this is not like, oh, I just, after the first kill, I became so much more confident. Once I took a human life, that was when I really started to feel alive myself.
You just elevated.
I'm just saying, you gotta check that a little bit, and if it's all bullshit, if you were just like a really, really shitty teenager,
welcome to being a teenager is what I would say.
And also, I'm really glad that you've grown. Like, that's cool. Like, the fact that you're a good person now, because sometimes really shitty teenagers turn into really shitty adults.
Correct. You've done it. You've done it properly. This is the right thing that you've done. Don't beat up your child self. You didn't know any better, right? It's
right.
You were a child. It's like we got to stop punishing ourselves for our sins of the past. When we were.
Because there's literally nothing you can do about it. And so, feeling hard on yourself about it now is actually enables, like, until you start to feel well and you start to like feel self-confident and start to love yourself. If you're not doing that, you're never going to be able to be like fully present with the people around you. Correct. Like, or with your family or anything else. Because if you're just being like, oh my god, I was such a shit, oh fuck, like, it's like, you know what, you it's up to you to kind of get past that so that you can be there for the rest of your life.
Yes.
Because
now and the future.
It's like drop the rock, that big rock that you're carrying. It's like, oh, this shit I did when I was 16. Just fucking drop it.
Like, if you're like if you said, and age is a thing, right? So if you said that you were 50 and that you were an asshole when you were 40 and you did these horrible things, we'd be having a different conversation, right? Because it's like, at that point you should have known better and you did it anyway, right? And maybe you do need to do a better job making amends. But like Green Pants said, if you feel
15,
like
16.
Yeah, seriously, cut yourself.
Yeah, at first I wasn't thinking of the age, but like 15, 16, because it's like, that I'm assuming that there are no nobody had to go undergo reconstructive surgery to
assuming no permanent harm was done.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, for sure. Assuming no permanent harm's done. And I maybe if it would make you feel better, maybe I don't know, reach out to those people and a friendly word. Hey, hi, how you doing? Hope all is well. Wish them wishes, them well, something like that. So.
But actually, no. If you were like a terrible bully or something too,
they probably don't want to hear from you, right?
Probably not. No. Yeah. No. Although there is some to that. There have been some people who have where the person comes and says, "I know I was a horrible person. I was a bully, and I just want you to know that I'm sorry for that." But that is definitely something that is positive. I think that
I agree. I'm better for it
searching
now,
out the person, but like if you had that opportunity, I don't think it would be necessarily negative.
Yeah, no, that's a fair point. I'm sorry that I treated you this way. I'm a better person now, and I apologize that it was at your expense that I got to.
Right.
Nothing.
But it must be I had so many bullies. I don't remember like names or whatever. It was just fire guy and just different situations.
I went to this is a while ago. I went to my 20th year high school reunion and there was a couple of the guys, but one in particular blew me a lot. He took my skateboard and literally beat me with the skateboard.
Holy shit! Did you walk in there and punch him in the fucking nut, just?
Well, it was
Kick him in the nuts.
funny. I walked in, I saw him, I barely recognized him. I look at him, he was bald, but not in the like the I meant to do this way, in the I didn't want to do this way, and
Oh,
hugely
okay.
overweight and shorter than me, and I totally could have kicked his ass if I wanted to. I
Right.
didn't, but knowing that I could, and that I was like fit and stood tall and I was thin and had my hair and all this other stuff, I'm like, oh yeah, all right, I'm good. It's like F you, buddy.
Oh wait, also
It's like-
carrying the baseball bat with all the nails coming out of it probably helped as well. You were just like, I go by Negan now.
This is barbed wire. And you can do the
Yeah,
barbed,
just-
it's barbed
yeah,
wire.
is it barbed wire or a
Yeah,
concertina wire or whatever?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's- he's got it all. Just... but
But it was good. Yeah, so dudes, don't beat yourself up when you were a kid. It's like, it's crazy.
yeah, seriously.
right? Let's move on. Be a good person. Everyone, if you can hear us, just be a good person. Be good to everybody else. It's like why we're here. Seriously. But do you do anything before I leave this one? If you had the magic wand and you could, like, was there something you think of you from that age and saying, fuck, that was a horrible thing, I shouldn't have done that? Youthful regrets.
No, actually, not to like a person or something
Yeah.
like that. Because like I was, yeah, I you know, I was very much the bully.
Right, the bully, not the
or the
buller,
buller,
right?
the buller, if that's the way
bully.
to bully. But it's actually
The
that's wrong. I don't
recipients.
even understand how that's supposed to
Yes.
book.
Yeah, no, I
But,
was too. I was too.
I was a
Express.
I was fast.
Yeah.
Back then.
Yeah, for sure. No, me
So,
too. Yeah,
yeah.
I didn't have my closest thing would be like a relationship thing. You know what I mean? Like there's this girl that could have
Oh,
something
yeah,
could have
yeah,
happened,
yeah.
but I let her go because I was stupid and I didn't treat her. Didn't do
Right.
the right thing and should
Yeah, I
have.
don't think I
could
have
have,
anything like that where yeah, something that I left that I was like, oh, I wish I could go back and like correct
Yeah.
that or whatever. I mean, I've done lots of stuff that,
Right.
probably was unwise, but
Right.
not,
But
but not in terms of like that, like a
Right.
relationship or something.
But again, looping it back, right? If we didn't do those things, we wouldn't be who we were today. So
That's true.
You had to do them.
It's true.
Yeah,
Like if I had not just, jumped off of that quarry wall into
I remember that.
vaguely deep water, not knowing, it was just going to be
Unclear how
straight up,
deep it was, right?
we wouldn't be here right now.
There you
So you're welcome. I did that
That's
for
all.
you.
Yes. Yeah. The this is slightly orthogonal. There's a I don't know if you heard this theory. I forgot who postulated it, but put it forward. I don't remember his name, but the idea that the biology of your brain, if you take your brain and it goes through the same exact experiences that you've gone through, you would be you today, no question. So basically, it's an argument against free will. So, given your genetics,
But the person who had that brain made choices.
Then,
know what I mean? Like-
the theory is they didn't. So like the genetics plus the experiences creates a state that only that one choice will happen next. Given another
The
stimulus.
experiences that you have
Mhm.
are due to a series of choices.
And I'm saying each one of those previous choices was based on the state of your brain and your environment at that time. And if you would recreate that environment, the same exact choice would be made. So it's not really a choice.
Sure, but I guess that's
Getting
a
all philosophical.
well, no, that's just the shitty argument of getting out of doing anything. Like of just be like, it's okay to that's just like it's the okay to be shitty.
Accountability, right?
It's like,
eliminate
you know,
accountability.
I was made an asshole, and my brain is always going to do the asshole thing. And I'm not sorry
Yes.
because that's my brain, and
Yes.
I'm a sociopath.
Sorry.
Like, yeah.
Oh well. No, I'm not saying I
So-
agree with the theory. I'm just saying it was a theory that was put forth. I just found it interesting. But all right, so Dennis, you're fine, Dennis. Don't worry. Be a good guy.
Yeah, you're good.
You're good. You're good. We're behind you, 100% here. All right, here we go. Our last question comes from who is this? Pamela from Carefree, Arizona. Pamela asks, "Hi, I don't really have any hobbies, nor do I have the money to be spending on a hobby. But I need something to do during my free time when I'm not hanging out with my boyfriend or working. I'm not much of a video gamer, so that's not really a hobby for me. I've considered exercising and going for walks, but I need more ideas. Any advice? Advice for hobbies?" Well, I think you came to the right place.
Yeah.
What do you think,
Like-
Vance?
Well, I mean, I have ideas. For hobbies, especially for like someone like Pamela. Like, ideally, I would love for her to become just a really good internet troll, like someone who infiltrates like incel forums
Mhm.
and just like and goes in there, but like as an actual woman, like and just tears people apart. I can see so much potential for
That's
her.
technically a hobby.
Um,
I was gonna recommend something like learning how to dance or act or make jewelry or
yeah. Those are
glass blowing is
you could
fun.
do your standard, your basic if you
Learn
want to
how
be
to make
basic,
soap.
Pamela. Learn how to make. Did you say learn how to make soap?
Yeah. If you can make your own soap, I think that's a big win.
Yeah, basic.
You learn to quilt,
I mean, yeah. Oh
pottery.
my God. No. Okay. Nearly half of all phone calls in that are made today are spam calls. So, Pamela, start answering those calls. And what you need to do is get better and better at the longer that you can keep the person on the line, the longer that
The
you
more
can get
points you
them.
accumulate, right?
Yeah, the more points you accumulate. How you win is when you get them to get when you can get them to give you their credit card number. Once
That's
that
the
happens,
nirvana. That's right.
yeah, basically that's the you've reached like master's end state
Yeah.
of doing that. But
Yeah.
it can take work. But
I watched
um,
there was a YouTube of a guy who does this for a living, but he does it on like a computer thing. He takes the calls from the guys who say, "Oh, you have a virus on your Microsoft Windows computer.
oh right,
Please allow
yeah,
me access," and I will. Da. So he does it, but he has like a totally virtual environment set up with a Trojan backdoor. So he lets this guy
right.
connect, and then he gets into his computer, starts browsing his files, and just starts deleting his stuff.
I love it. He's the
Brilliant.
hero we all need.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Not the one we deserve, the one we need.
right.
Yes.
Or Pamela, you could stream internet content. Like
Here we
literally
are.
anyone can do it. Like anyone
Example given. Anyone.
Like,
They'll let anyone in this place. I'm telling you.
can do it. It's
And it's
amazing.
cheap. You got a laptop, done. With a webcam
Yep.
in it. Seriously. Yep. I was gonna recommend. I mean, you could learn how to mix drinks. You could learn how to cook. You could learn how to
Yeah, like or
make
become a flair bartender.
bread. You can learn how to play board games. You don't like video games, maybe board games or card games, or play pool, or crossword puzzle.
Okay, once you wake up after Vanguard's list, Pamela,
you could do
eh,
bonsai. You ever trim the bonsai trees? Very
Oh my God.
relaxing and a great hobby.
God. okay, you have to do.
You can make candles. You could
What?
You could
Okay.
knit. You could take up reading. Libraries are free, right? I think that's a great one. You could edit Wikipedia articles.
Okay, that one, that you're doing an actual service, so that I get.
All right, fine.
That one I'll give you.
You could you
you
try
know-
beekeeping.
You could try beekeeping. Is that the
Yeah.
kind of thing that you try? You just get a beekeeper, or
You
you know,
just-
get your first hive.
Yes, and then you make honey and you sell the honey. You be a beekeeper.
I don't think that's something that you just casually pick up. Like and also
I mean, you
fuck
need to learn
that.
about it.
What? Bees?
Wrong
Are you
with
out of your
bees?
mind? They sting you. What's wrong with bees?
You
Are
treat
you
them
out of your
right. You earn the. That's
like,
part of the
oh,
art of
I'm
it.
gonna make.
You earn the trust of the
I
bees.
get that. Oh, great. I don't want to earn the trust of bees. I don't care about fucking bees.
Do you watch Candyman too
I mean,
much?
I'm glad. Yeah. No.
Bees
I mean,
come out of his
yeah.
mouth.
It's a stop right now with the bees. Okay. But obviously, Pamela, you have options. Okay.
Bowling.
Not become a beekeeper.
Golfing.
But again, I would say put your skills to work that is going to be of benefit.
Society.
Or
There's
just
something to be
yeah.
said for a hobby for
Anything.
self-gratification, though. I mean, you know, building ships and
Oh,
models,
no, that's true. That's true. But
skiing, rock climbing.
she's looking for a hobby. So for people who already
Yoga.
have one, their passion, that's But instead, if she's looking for something, I'm going to direct her toward infiltrating incel groups online. Just something that's objectively good.
Foster kittens.
God. I'm so sorry, Pamela.
The thing that's bugging me about Pamela, it's like the last time I was born was 1987. It's like, my life has been nonstop pretty much since then. And I have not had a free time to do anything. So I'm super envious of Pamela. Maybe that's why I'm throwing
Yeah.
all this stuff out. I'm projecting. I want to do all these
Right.
things I've been putting out. I want to do these things.
Right.
It's like-
Yeah, I had no idea you wanted to make soap so bad, man.
I would love to learn how
and
to make soap. I want to learn how to
that's-
sew.
you-
Like,
I
have a
would love
button
that for you.
I have a button that fell off my sport coat. I'm like
You can't
freaking
sew it?
inept to get. No, I'm an idiot. I can't because
Oh,
because the
that
knot.
can
Like
do.
I don't know how to do the knot to get it not to cut to come out. Like I
No,
want
you
the knot
just-
right against the fabric. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, you just need so that it's a ball so that it can't go pull through the.
How do you make the
fabric.
ball? You
Oh,
just keep tying knots or something? That's what I keep
Yeah.
doing.
yeah, you have to.
don't
Yeah,
know
I guess there's a bit of a flair to it.
See, that's the thing. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I don't have the time to figure it out. So it's like I would love to have the time to figure out the sew better. Ugh. Can you sew my button for me?
I could. There's no one that can do. I mean,
Great.
that should be in like sewing a button is like the easiest sewing thing
It
possible.
should be, right?
It,
Like I said,
literally-
my
it is the
issue
it
is-
because it doesn't even matter what color the thread is or whatever most of the time, depending on where the
I know.
button is.
I know.
You don't have to like match everything, but if you do have it, you're literally just
Okay.
making it so it's secure and
All
then
right.
tying it off.
Here's
That's
what
it.
here's what I
Done.
do. I loop the thread through the end of the needle, so then I got two things of thread coming back, right?
Yeah.
I take a reasonable size of it, I tie knots, so it's the end.
Yes.
And then I go through the fabric and the button, I go do
Yes.
a bunch of times. And then
Yep.
eventually the knot goes up against the fabric, then I tie at the end.
Yep.
And now I'm done.
Yep.
So I want to snip and then tie, and that's the part I'm missing. That last thing that
You don't need to.
back out.
You don't necessarily need to.
What are you talking?
I mean,
It's gonna
Well,
back its way
the-
out, isn't it?
no. I mean, especially not with like a button or whatever, because when it gets all like twisted and stuff in there, like the weight of it is compressed. It's not going to
Oh.
untangle. Just because it's no way that it's going to unthread. I mean, yes, that would happen if you had like large something in loops or whatever,
Yeah.
but you know,
Ugh.
I mean, I'm just saying in general. I mean, if you were sewing for real, like making something, yes, there is a way to close it off. But
All right.
if you're just doing like general barbaric sewing, like I need to sew a button,
Right.
you just go in and out, and like, and after you do it, 20 times or whatever, by the
Right.
time you pop that off, that button's never moving
Never
anywhere.
gonna move.
It's not gonna like slowly go out and then go in and then pull its way out and then go. It would have to, unloop itself
Right.
over time. It doesn't do that.
Hearing you say that, it's making a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But I just let myself. All right, Pamela. Here's what you do: learn to sew. Start a YouTube channel on showing people like me how to sew a button. That'd be great.
I think I just explained how to sew a button. And it's
I-
really easy. So you have that skill now. You're welcome.
Thank you for.
And
I-
you could find something else.
I've learned much today. This is great.
Yeah, as I said, I mean, I'm here to help, even if it's even if it's just you.
There you go. So Pamela, we've given you a lot of examples. So yeah, but you said you considered exercising. Yes, exercise. I cannot
Yeah.
emphasize more that you should have some kind of physical activity that you do that keeps you fit. It helps your energy levels. It helps you sleep better, and it's something that you can do. And
It doesn't have to be like going to the gym. It can be walking.
people are obsessed
Just
about the
walk,
gym.
Like,
Enough with the gym.
yeah,
It's
well,
like
just
do
walk.
some physical thing. Walk. Exactly.
Yeah. It's not.
Exactly.
Yeah, you don't need any machine or anything like that. I mean, where it is useful is like when it's in winter and you can't go out or whatever, and it's like okay, like something like a treadmill or
Elliptical
but-
or something like that.
but you can still do a lot just like in your own home.
Yes.
Um,
Try something. Pick it. If it drives you, gives you joy, keep doing it. If not, try something else. With the exhaustive list that we've given you.
just if you get to the point where you're feeling like you want to make soap,
I think making soap
take
would be
take a
fun.
break. just take a break. Just reassess your life at that point,
I'm
Pamela.
just envious that Pamela has time. Makes me so sad.
Listen, she's not spending the time helping people like we are, but
Nah,
you know what?
yeah,
It's time for a
that's
speed
true.
round.
All right, you're right. You're absolutely right. It is time for speed round. So it is. Let's see. Let's get speed round up here, and I'm not gonna unpack yet. We're gonna get our timer up, and there it is. And then we're gonna do speed round. I think it's my turn.
Yes, it's your turn.
All right, and you have the
Yes,
the
'cause
speed
I-
round
yeah.
questions. Okay, great.
Yep.
So for those not familiar, we're gonna set 1 minute on the timer. Green Pants is going to ask the first question, and at the end of the first question, I'll start the timer, and then I have 1 minute to answer all 5 questions. Speed round. So I think we're good, right? Wait, let me warm up.
Yep.
All right, I'm good.
Yep. I think
Alright.
I think these are. I think you'll be able to get these within a
Are
minute.
these easy? All right, let's see. I'm ready.
Okay.
Go ahead.
If you could choose between dating a superhero or a supervillain, which would you choose?
Oh, supervillain, no question.
if you could be an animal for a day, what animal would it be?
Uh, damn it. Oh, the eagle, bald eagle.
All right, if you could pick up a new skill in an instant, what would it be?
Ah, piano, concert pianist.
Uh, favorite 80s movie?
Oh, Total Recall.
All right. If you could bring back one fashion trend from any era, what would it be?
Oh, the sneakers with the Velcro closures.
Really?
Yeah,
Was that ever a trend?
I
Okay.
really liked those.
All right. All right. You
Oh, is that it? Oh, we really
Yeah,
got
that's
through
it.
those. Wow. All right.
Yeah,
that's
you.
something
I
to
mean, you. Yeah, you
zoom
crushed
through
that.
those. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Get rid of our
Um,
timer here, and we will start to
Yeah.
unpack this whole thing. Oops. All right. So, what do we say first?
So,
What do we want to touch on?
superhero, supervillain. This
'Cause-
is my
'cause
this is my thought.
I mean, my thing was I would save her. I would turn her to the light side. You know, what I mean, that's my whole thing. Like I would fix her. I gotta save. I gotta
Oh.
save your complex with women. So
Oh,
I would swoop
okay.
in and make her good. You know what I mean? That would be my thing.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Think a lot of yourself, huh, Vanguard? Huh?
Yeah, there's a lot to read into that, but yeah.
No, for me, honestly, it's just I would say, okay, so if you're a supervillain, like romantic protege, then what that means is at the end of whatever plan that you have, you're going to be like the second to last to die.
That's a good
But
point too.
and if you're a superhero's girlfriend or boyfriend, you're always like essentially clueless. Like you're a Lois Lane or Mary Jane, where you kind of like have to almost pretend like you don't have any common sense because you don't know that your boyfriend is secretly Superman or Peter
Spider-Man.
Parker
And
is Spider-Man
and
or
you're
whatever.
constantly a victim, right? They're always saving you.
Right.
Thing, yeah.
Whereas the
So you agree with me,
partner of
supervillain.
the partner of the supervillain, well, the choice is: do you want to be like brilliantly evil or blissfully clueless? Because that seems to almost be
Right.
the extremes in most of those things. Because
Right.
like, you know,
And again, I don't think I
So-
would never be evil, but I would try to turn her to the light side. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hurt her.
so yeah.
I would
If
show her there's a better way, and then she would become good. Be eternally grateful to me.
all right, save this for your OnlyFans page.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Like it's not all content is necessarily for each for okay seriously.
Do you have a what was I gonna say? Do you have a particular supervillain that you could think of that would be?
No, I'm trying to think of some of the supervillains in like Thor and whatnot, but I don't Catwoman, but she's not a supervillain.
She was, I mean, right? She was kind
Like,
of bad, and then she.
Cruella Deville, like who are
Wow, you're going all right. You're into that. That's
well, or
interesting.
well, no, I'm
loves
just trying
dogs.
to yeah, that would be that got dark. It would be.
But
Okay, so if you could be an animal for a day, what did you choose?
oh, I think I chose bald eagle. Yeah, I'm not good at that. I can't
Why?
imagine myself being an animal. Okay, you're top of the food chain.
Okay, you're an animal for a day.
Yeah.
So
I'd fly around.
what's the most important? What's the most? Okay. All right.
I
The
know, go
answer is a boar.
A boar.
The reason the answer a boar, and the reason the answer is a boar is because
Sex.
a boar orgasms for between 5 and 8 minutes
Yeah, no, I know.
in length.
I
The
did know
straight
that.
orgasm.
Yeah.
It is a full half a liter of pig jizz. Okay, that you got to get out of that boar
Yeah.
if you're inseminating it.
Yeah.
What is that like? I
That's
don't
a good
know.
point.
Make
but
a
you
boar
would know.
for a day and let me find
And
out.
you find out. That's
Fucking
a fair point.
flying around the air. What?
I would
can.
fly
I can.
around, yeah.
I've been in. You know what? I've been. I know what's up in the air. I've been in airplanes. That's
Soaring
fine. You know what I've
between
never
the
done?
trees.
Orgasm for 8 minutes straight.
No, that's
I've never. That has never happened, and it's never going to happen
I hear
unless someone
You're a boar
makes
for a
me
day.
a fucking boar for a day.
Only one day though.
And I have a hard line on that.
Would you have sex with a
I
pig?
want to be a fucking boar. It's not the. No, I'm becoming a boar. Now you're getting
Yes.
into bestiality and,
And
no.
right.
This is
But how are you going to orgasm?
artificially.
Artificially?
That's
What's
how-
artificially?
Literally, how they have the boar. So, the reason I even know this is
Get back to
because
drugs
I
again.
saw. No. I know other things. I like
I don't know how they make the
boar,
boar
like-
orgasm.
like pig insemination. I understand that. So,
Sure.
but basically they
And someone jerk
like
off the
any
boar.
sort of farm animal. No, they have a machine that basically collects it, and it's like when you put the boar, once it like kind of locks in, they're like you can't like because it does its thing for so long.
Well, it's like a sleeve that
that
just kind of
then-
does this, and then
Yeah,
Gets
and
the
if
bar
because but it's like it needs to take a certain amount of time where it's like 15 minutes or whatever to like make sure it's like fully drained or the boar goes fucking crazy. Like that was like the thing is they're like the guy's like well you got the boar and the boar once he gets on there and he gets going he's
Don't
gonna be
interrupt the process.
ejacking for 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, 4 minute. Now at the 4 minute point, if you take and you try to move that boar, oh that boar he's gonna be mad and he's gonna kill you. So that is how I learned that a boar can jizz for 5 to 8 minutes. 'Cause on the internet, a lot of times it says 30 minutes, but it's not. It's actually 5 to 8.
it's still quite impressive.
Thank you, Disney Plus, for the National Geographic program. I appreciate it. More you know. Meanwhile, you're flying around.
I'm
Okay,
going with
that's
the
it.
eagle still. I mean, you've made a compelling case, but I'm sticking with the eagle. I would love to be able to fly
Yeah,
around
that's fair.
and see
That's fair.
the beauty of the world from above.
If I could pick up any skill, I think
Of skill, yeah.
that like have you ever heard of diplomatic charisma? Diplomatic charisma
That's
is basically
true.
the ability to talk yourself out of any situation.
Yeah,
It's like so it's like
I do a pretty good job of that already.
no, but I mean like it would be like a skill of like you could get out of interviews, interrogations,
Oh, I see.
speeding tickets, adultery, whatever, like
Well,
name your
then we
poison.
went
I don't know,
there.
but
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's well of course I would want to give myself the power to be able to give myself the power to get skills instantly. That would
Sure.
be of course.
Well,
I would wish
when
for.
when you read it, I took
And
I
infinite wishes.
right, but I partially thought of that, but then I kind of listened to the question. It was like I assumed that it would not be anything in the supernatural. It would have to be something that it would have to be a skill as if someone was like practiced for 10 years kind of skill. You know what I mean? Not like
Yeah.
someone could actually achieve, not like
Right.
a wishing skill kind of thing. 'Cause that'd be different.
Oh, okay.
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So favorite '80s movie is
Total Recall.
Total Recall,
Arnold Schwarzenegger. Oh, it's freaking brilliant. It's a masterpiece.
yeah, the original because I guess the original was '89. Yeah,
Is that true?
something because that was
Let
it
me
was
look it
one
up
of his
really quick.
later movies.
It was definitely later.
Because I'm not sure if that moved into the '90s. For me though, I would say Neverending Story.
Shit, it was 90. I need to take my answer back.
Yeah, I had a feeling it went into the '90s.
A never-ending story.
Um,
The big
well,
flappy
okay, the
ears.
reason-
Flap, flap, flap.
Don't fuck with Falcor, okay? The Neverending Story. What I liked about the Neverending
Wasn't
Story
that
was
good.
like,
Have you watched it recently? It
okay,
did not age
all right.
well.
yes, no, it doesn't. It depends. Okay, listen.
Yeah.
This is my feeling with the Neverending Story. Back then, movies did not fuck around. So in the first 5 minutes of Neverending Story,
Yes,
you have the character Bastion is like
I'm aware.
gonna get the shit kicked out of him by bullies. Then in Fantasia,
Atreyu.
the Atreyu immediately loses his horse, Artex, dead.
Yes,
In the swamps of sadness, sinks, dies. Every kid is traumatized.
yes.
Like, they knew in the 80s how to perfectly layer on trauma in movies for children.
Yes.
And
I agree.
that art is lost now.
That's a fair
Um,
point. I agree with that. I think
Uh,
I agree with that. I got to think of
Because
a
the
backup
Neverending
movie
Story, it's a
now.
hard. My own children watch the Neverending Story, and we're like, no, what? Like you can't. No, and it was like you had to fast forward to the thing. Okay, no, he's fine. Okay, yep.
Yeah, and everything's fine. Look, happily ever after.
It's like right? I can't. Oh my.
I guess I got to go Princess Bride then.
Okay, and that's still late '80s, but yeah.
Is it? All right, let me look that one up.
It's,
You got me curious now.
Princess Bride
87.
Yeah.
87. Yeah. Yeah, Princess Bride. That's my final answer.
A
A lot of great movies from that era, though. I gotta tell you.
Oh, so many. Buckaroo Banzai, the original.
Buckaroo Banzai, great movie. Oh my god. Weird Science, probably the best in my opinion. Weird Science was the best of the what's his name movie.
The Val Kilmer movies,
No,
or
the director. Why am I blanking on it? Pretty in Pink.
John Hughes.
Thank you. Weird
Yeah.
Science.
The John Hughes
in my
movies.
opinion, Weird Science was the best of the Hughes movies.
Oh, okay. I thought then you said Real Genius, but yeah. Oh, yeah.
Real
Weird Science
Well,
with Kelly LeBrock.
Yeah,
Is,
yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
It was
Ferris
just-
Bueller was no question a classic as well. That was John Hughes,
Yeah.
right? Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
Bueller.
Um,
Bueller.
the for the kids movies holding up, like Spaceballs holds up.
Yeah, it does.
Like I mean, like yeah,
Yes.
like my kids thought it hilarious. Most of the things they
Brooks.
do not hold up because if things don't look real, like they don't, like they're so used to
Effects
full
and
like
good
effects
settings
and animation that it's like if it's like their brain, they can't suspend their disbelief because they're like, just make it not suck.
Right.
It's like, oh well, back then it sucked.
It's actually tough to watch. Honestly, as much as I love The Princess Bride, so that was my favorite movie. It is dated scenery. It's like it almost looks like it was shot in a soundstage. You know, like you could see, like, okay, clearly not a real rock. You know what I mean? It was like the way it was shot. It was almost shot like
Right.
a play in a way. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, and also
settings.
it really sucks going back to like sometimes I just want to keep the memory
Yeah.
because you'll go back and you find it's like,
And you go,
oh, that was problematic.
Right.
Like it's because like even in like Ghostbusters, like the first thing in Ghostbusters is Bill Murray's character is basically like kind of forcing him, like basically
I know,
just
college
asking
student.
trying to get Sigourney Weaver to go out with him until like she says, oh yeah, well that yeah, there's
Before
college
that,
student.
the
And
college
then
student.
before that even
Yeah. In the opening scene, it was like, what's he doing?
Oh, and there's also where Dan Aykroyd's character actually they just show him all of a sudden like getting off or whatever. That's a question when your kids ask,
the
what is
ghost
that?
is gonna, yeah.
Which was fine, but it was just more of like, oh, I forgot that was there.
Right.
Like, oh, okay. Oh, a question from the crowd? A question from the audience?
Right.
Sorry, we want to pause this?
That's great. What are other good? I'm trying to think other good. Conan the Barbarian was a great '80s movie too.
And the Destroyer, Glaive,
Red Sonja. Which one did you say?
Krull.
Krull. The Glaive was in Krull. I saw the
Krull,
Glaive, by the way. The actual Glaive prop from the movie. You can go to St.
Really?
Martin. You can go to St. Martin, the Caribbean island.
It's in St. Martin?
Yeah.
Of all places,
This
okay.
is a funny story. This is a little funny side story. There's a dude. He worked for Industrial Light and Magic for like 20-something years, and
Oh, okay.
his claim to fame was he designed the Yoda puppet for The Empire Strikes Back from 1980.
Okay.
So, but he was in movie. He did a lot of work in movies. Anything that ILM was part of. So when he retired, he basically packed up all his shit. And at that time, like props weren't a big deal. Like they basically threw them
Right.
away. So he just kind of like
Well,
took them and kept them.
Yeah, because it was pre-internet where they would be auctioned
where
off.
they have
and all that
value,
kind of
right?
stuff.
Exactly. So he just kind
I
of
mean,
kept all this
certain ones,
stuff.
but yeah.
So he moved to St. Martin to retire, and he bought a house, and he decided to make his house a museum. So he redesigned it to look like kind of like something like you'd see in Mos Eisley, Tatooine, you know, like with the way
Yeah.
the architecture is.
Oh, like
And,
Mos Eisley? Oh, yeah. Okay.
And you go in and you walk around the museum, and he's got the Glaive, he's got the Arnold Schwarzenegger's face prosthetic from the Terminator. You know, when he peeled part of his face off.
Wow.
He's got the sword from
Okay,
Highlander.
wow. No way.
Yeah.
The actual.
The act, it
Or-
says
actually, there were probably several.
McLeod on it, probably.
Yeah,
And
there were
it's like-
probably several, but yeah.
yeah, and he's got face masks of a lot of famous people. You know, because when they
Right.
do the makeup, they do the mold.
Right, they do the mold, yeah.
And he's got the original Yoda. He was there, which is like
Right.
the highlight of the collection, and he's got a lot of cool stuff. So it's always fun. So if you're ever, and most cruise ships stop there. He's like right off the port when you stop at the cruise ship. So if you go to a cruise,
Oh, okay.
St. Martin, get off the cruise ship. Everybody take a right, go all the way down. There's a Guava one place
check
on
out
the left.
check out the Glaive.
He's
in,
called the Yoda guy. They call him the Yoda guy. So go see the
Yoda
Yoda
guy.
guy. He has a museum. You can see the glaive, George from Highlander, other cool
Yeah.
stuff.
And for those of you who don't know, the glaive is a blade that from the movie Krull,
Throw it.
which is underappreciated in its time.
A horrible movie.
It is terrible. It is awful, awful,
Oh
awful.
my God.
The original Clash of the Titans.
Oof.
Um,
I loved it,
uh,
but like it does
Clockwork,
not hold up.
Clockwork Owl.
Owl.
Yeah. No, it does not hold up.
Does not hold up. Not hold
So
up.
much.
Here's the thing about that era. It was like you could definitely tell by watching the sci-fi and fantasy movies at the time. We were literally starved for content because that's all we had. So we watched it and we loved it because it's all there was. Like now, there's like such a glut of content. It's like,
Right.
and you consume it all, and it's all.
Well, I mean, that's what the 50s and 60s were. I mean, think of all the schlock content that was made. There's loads and loads of like just garbage that was put out in the 50s and 60s that was made that,
Yeah, it's basically
Probably
throw
just never
spaghetti
seen the
out
light
of
of
the wall
day.
and see what spits.
Right,
See what sticks,
exactly. Yeah.
I'll tell you.
But yeah, once televisions became popular in everyone's homes, they had to like fill up the time, and then it was like, oh, we don't, and then
Oh,
it was
and
like,
they
oh
did.
shit, we can fill up the nighttime. Oh crap, we can sell stuff at night.
Yes. Oh, we could show the creature double feature.
Yeah, exactly. And we'll sell some Geritol, while we're at it.
Yes. And we run into the Price is Right.
So for the fashion trend that you wanted to bring back,
Oh yeah, the sneakers I loved those with the easy. Although the ones I wear now are comparable, and the more modern version I wear the Skechers that are like the
Yeah.
laceless that kind of just stretch a
Yeah.
little bit. You stick your foot
or
in
they
there.
exactly, yeah. I'd see
Acceptable
those are things fun. I don't think that the Velcro thing was ever in fashion for the over
Maybe.
6 crowd.
Maybe.
Like,
I might.
I mean, those are awesome when you have a small child and you're just putting putting
doesn't know how
their
to tie
shoes
their
on,
shoes.
and yeah, you don't want laces or any to deal with any of that, so you just are like, whoop, yep, okay. But once you have the ability to do fine motor coordination,
and could tie your shoes.
I don't.
I kept the
know?
Velcros. Wow.
Or you could just tie the laces once and then just slip your foot in, and that's fine. I don't think I've
Totally
untied my shoes in years.
Oh, is that true? I need them snug though. That's the thing. I need like in case that something's going down. You gotta be ready for action.
The fashion trend that I would bring back is hats. Hats.
Well, you're a big hat guy. A lot
Well,
of people wear
do-
hats. What do you mean? You mean like
No,
derbies
no,
of the day? Like when they
I'm
wore
taking
like
the-
your
back in the day, dudes wore hats in a lot more places.
every time you went
and
outside, you put a hat on. Back in the
and I
day.
think-
like look at old pictures.
think-
Everybody had hats.
Hats should be required in all places, so people do not have to do anything with their hair. They do not have to style it. They just put on a hat.
Well,
Like,
I would
the
say
Jews have known this for years. Wear a hat.
I would say
Covers up the bald spot
not
in
a
the back.
hat.
It's a hat.
Like,
It is a hat. It is a form of. It is
A
a
form of
haberdasher.
haberdashery and headwear.
Haberdashery is not a hat, particularly a hat place, but
No, it's not.
it is a form. The yarmulke is a form of headwear.
I suppose, but even in that day where everybody wore the hats, you only wore them outside. So if somebody walked inside, it was just respectful to take your hat off.
Right.
So they would
I'm saying, yeah,
And it'd
so
usually
that
be
way.
a hat rack to hang your hat, and then you pick it up.
Was
and
there
put it back on
ever
as you
was
walk
there
out.
ever a time where hats were worn inside and it was?
I don't think so. I don't think hats
Okay,
inside were ever okay. I mean, you clearly are a trendsetter.
I would like to live in today's age where the
Yes.
hats inside are fine.
Hats
That's
inside
that.
But as much as you
Because
love the hat,
I
let me ask
hate
this.
combing the mess that is my hair. Like I mean, I can do it. It's fine, but it's
a
it's
chore.
added.
Yeah.
It's added.
I mean, if you went to like a
I don't
nice,
have, I don't have
fancy-
time for that. We've already talked about that.
If you went to a nice fancy dinner, you wouldn't wear the hat at the restaurant, right?
Of course, yeah. No. But again, it's because of society. Like, I would choose, but it would be because I know I would be out of place,
I see.
and I would feel, that I wasn't keeping up to the standards of the place. Because obviously we live in a society, so we all have to,
Play the cards. you're
obey
dealt.
the laws.
The laws and the
whatever.
cultural norms.
Yeah,
and-
exactly.
yes.
Like always have our dicks away, like,
Zipped up.
yeah, always you just gotta hide those things.
Oh my god.
People are really serious about it. Like,
Seriously.
it's like they're like a gun. I mean, they show up. A dick shows up in a situation, and everything changes no matter what situation it is. Like,
I noticed
You
too a
just-
lot of. Have you noticed this? A lot of guys push the envelope in the public bathrooms. It's like, there's that brief.
Yes.
Okay, you finish, and then You get the guy like it started off just a slight infraction, like just finishing zipping up as he
Infraction.
turned
That's
away,
right. That's the
right?
correct word.
Just zipping up as he's turning, so you get the very end of the tail end of the zip. But I mean, some guys like push it; they fully turned around and they start to zip after a full turnaround, turning around from the urinal. Some guys are zipping on the way to the sink, so they've left the thing and are still
Vanguard.
zipping themselves, walking
These are
the sink.
gay men coming onto you. Is what you are witnessing.
I never thought of that.
You are being approached. I have never seen this in my life. No one has
Really?
ever turned their. No. What? What?
You
No.
don't look. I'm
You're
telling
as
you to
close
look.
into the you.
I'm
No,
telling
you do.
it happens
I-
all the time.
No, you are. I don't know
No,
what
it's
bars you're
not
going to or what bathhouses, but if it's
No.
you're in locations where sharing is encouraged, and that's fine. I get it. That's cool. But when I'm at if I'm at the McDonald's and going to the bathroom, the guy's not looking over. That's just not right. Even with a long line of anything, you're at Fenway Park or whatever.
Yes.
You're at
I'm
no
saying
one's
you're standing
turning
there-
around.
Yes.
They're turning around with like their dick still in their hand.
No, not to that extent. It's like maybe they like just
To what
touch,
extent?
but the pants are open. You know what I mean? And they're doing the whole zip and rebuckle application after leaving
I think
the
you're
urinal
breaking
stall.
one of the cardinal rules of don't look at other men's midsections while you're doing your thing. Because it's like I couldn't say like, well, I wonder how fast he's going. Okay.
It was just so noticeable. I couldn't
I believe there was
look.
someone that's enamored with you and they are trying to get your attention and to see if you will. I don't know. I mean, that's up to you. I don't know what the reciprocal.
What countersigns should I send or not send? I'm now
I don't
confused
know.
by the protocol.
I don't know.
what to
I don't know,
do.
but I'm sure it's available online. Like, absolutely. Just
The information is
pop
on
into
the
that.
internet.
Pop in. There is someone on YouTube who will explain to you
Yes.
exactly what that situation is and the right way to approach
I'll
it.
bet you ChatGPT would explain to me as well. I'll ask it.
Right. Very politely.
By the way, Robot Overlord. If someone turns around from a urinal,
Let me see. Do we get through all the questions?
we did. I think we did.
Oh
right?
yeah, that was all of them. Yeah.
Yeah, that was all of
Awesome.
them, right? Yeah, that was good. That was good. Those weren't bad. Those weren't bad. Oh, the skill we didn't really get. What would your skill be? You said. If,
No,
if it
well, I was saying diplomatic charisma.
diplomatic charisma.
That was
Okay,
yeah. I'm
Yeah,
just
and
like being
I'd
able to
be-
talk.
I'd be like an awesome pianist because I always want to be that guy who sat like you're in this place and there's a piano there, nobody's playing it, I just want to sit down and play, and all the girls start leaning against the piano, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, this is the stuff, right? And then
Another thing, there's so many things on YouTube
that's
where it's like someone's like it's the exact same. There's a piano in a mall, and someone who's just like an insanely good pianist goes
Right.
up, and then someone catches it on their phone, and it's
I wanna
like
be that
watch
guy.
this guy.
Yeah.
There's
I wanna
so
be
many
that
of those
guy.
where it's like firefighter walks up, and it's like just a dude that sits down and is
Yeah.
like absolutely incredible. We've seen some that were like, oh, who's that? Like it was a cop, or it's like yeah, there was one that was really good. It was a guy in London. He was like a London officer, and they had a piano like in the subway or something, and he was like just doing duty or whatever, and someone was like, no, but he's really good on the piano, and so it like became like pretty
Awesome.
famous. But it was
Awesome.
yeah, like he was like, absolutely incredible. And he's sitting with his hat and his like he's in his uniform, just
Nice.
like playing like some concerto or whatever. It was,
I love it.
It was awesome.
I love it. I would love to do that. I love to do that. So, there we go.
All right.
I think we covered a lot.
Yeah.
I learned
If,
something today. What did I learn?
If
I learned
nothing
about
else, I think I helped you.
You did. I learned about the urinal thing. I learned about what's the other thing you taught me about? The
That Boar's
Boars and the
orgasm,
orgasm.
5 to 8 minutes.
yeah. How was it going to? And then the differences between the weed. That's
Yes,
good.
I'm always your guy for that.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
got you.
You got my back.
I have no idea why I did that. That's
I don't know why I did this before. It's
You know.
like, what is that?
it's late.
It is. Speaking of which, it's time to sign off. So, Green Pants, thank you again for being here. Always a pleasure.
Thank you for having me as always, Vanguard.
Yes, always great to see you. And viewers,
To our legions of viewers,
send those
we couldn't do this
questions.
without you.
We
Send
literally
those
can't do it
questions.
without your questions. Send the questions underneath Green Pants down there. Under him, there is a link to submit the questions. submit the questions, and then we will answer the questions. And hopefully you will be enlightened. Hopefully you will learn something. Hopefully we'll all have a laugh. Who knows? Maybe all the above. So this is good. So that's it. So we'll be here next Tuesday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern, and we hope to see you there. Green Pants, any parting words?